Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a feeling you've probably experienced at some point. You know, that heavy sinking sensation where it just feels like nothing really matters. But hey, don't worry. We aren't just going to sit around in the dark here. Together, we're going to discover exactly how to take that overwhelming feeling and actually transform it into your absolute greatest superpower. So why does everything feel so pointless sometimes? Have you ever caught yourself just staring at your phone, endlessly doom scrolling through negative news and just feeling totally overwhelmed by the state of the world? It's a super relatable sensation of global overwhelm. Honestly, when things feel entirely out of our control, our brains sometimes just check out. It's actually a built-in defense mechanism. Our minds basically decide that if nothing we do makes a difference, well, then nothing matters anyway. It does this just to protect us from the pain of caring too much. Believe it or not, this exact feeling has a name. It's called nihilism. The word literally comes from the Latin root for nothing. It's basically the belief that life has no inherent meaning, no pre-written purpose, and no grand design. Experiencing it often feels like a really heavy gray fog has just settled right over your mind, making it super hard to care about your hobbies, your friends, or even your own future. But to truly wrap our heads around why we feel this way in the modern world, we kind of need to take a massive step back and look up at the stars. Section 1, a vast, purposeless universe. Okay, I want you to really take a look at this number. That is a 2 followed by 23 zeros. 200 trillion stars. It's wild, right? This massive number completely shatters our normal sense of scale. I mean, our whole world, literally everything you have ever known, is just a tiny little speck orbiting one totally average star in one average galaxy, which is just one of thousands in a giant galaxy supercluster. And our human brains, they honestly just cannot comprehend this kind of size. And you know, it's not just the sheer size of the universe that makes us feel so small. Modern science paints a pretty intense picture of what we call cosmic indifference. Like, we have the multiverse theory, which suggests there might be countless other universes out there with totally random physical laws. Then there's quantum indeterminacy, telling us that at the absolute smallest subatomic levels, things are just totally unpredictable and random. And cosmic evolution shows that everything developed over billions of years, driven by chance, without some magic grand design. So science is basically telling us the universe is incredibly vast, and while it wasn't purposefully designed just for us. Which brings up a big question. Is this the cruelest joke in existence? It can definitely feel pretty depressing to imagine that human beings became smart enough to understand the universe, only to figure out that the story isn't actually about us. It can feel like a really heavy weight to carry. But take a deep breath for a second. What if this nothingness, this lack of a pre-written story, isn't actually a bad thing at all?
Section 2, the wisdom of emptiness.
This brings us to a massive shift in how we can think about the universe. The typical Western view of nihilism is that emptiness is seen as this dark, scary void of meaninglessness and despair. But there's also the Eastern view, drawing from incredible ancient philosophies like the Upanishads and Buddhism. In this view, known as shunyata and purna, emptiness isn't some terrifying dark hole. It is a completely blank canvas. It represents deep interconnection, incredible fullness, and just infinite potential. Think of it like this. If a cup isn't empty, you literally can't pour anything new into it. This whole idea was beautifully captured by the ancient philosopher Nagarjuna, who said, "All things lack intrinsic nature. They arise from dependent origination." Okay, so what does that actually mean? The crucial point here is that nothing exists totally on its own. Let's think about a physical book for a second. A book isn't just a book all by itself, right? It needs an author to write it, it needs paper from trees, it needs ink, and it absolutely needs a reader, like you, to actually read it. Without all of those different connections, the book just doesn't exist. And guess what? We are exactly the same. We are deeply, beautifully interconnected with everything around us. Section 3, creating your own meaning. So, if the universe doesn't just hand us a pre-written purpose, it means we have the ultimate freedom to create it ourselves. And this leads us to an amazing psychological framework called logotherapy. It was developed by a psychiatrist named Viktor Frankl, who was actually a survivor of the Holocaust. Through his unimaginable experiences in concentration camps, he observed something incredibly profound. He proved that the primary human drive isn't just seeking out pleasure or power, but rather the search for a personally significant purpose. He showed that even in the absolute darkest, most painful suffering, humans possess one ultimate freedom that no one can ever take away: the freedom to choose exactly how we respond to our circumstances and how we make meaning out of them.
This teaches us a massive, game-changing lesson. Meaning isn't some lost treasure you just stumble upon. It's a house you have to actively build yourself. And you can start building it right now using some really practical, everyday steps. First off, curate your music. Build playlists to reconnect with suppressed emotions and act as a soundtrack to your life. Second, make art. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece at all. Just document your current history and experiences as a creative outlet. Third, try to guide the youth. Help someone younger out. Something as simple as making a mixtape for a kid cousin can be huge. And fourth, practice conscious consumption. Set some strict boundaries on your media and doom scrolling so it doesn't just drain you.
Section 4. Your cosmic blank canvas. Let's tie the sheer vastness of space together with your everyday choices. As both existentialist philosophers and modern scientists agree, we are the thinking and feeling organs of the universe. You are not separated from the cosmos. You are literally made of stardust. You are as much a part of this universe as a brilliant nebula or a massive black hole. But unlike a black hole, you actually have the ability to think and to love and to feel. We are quite literally the universe experiencing itself. And realizing that makes you truly, wonderfully free in a universe-sized playground. As the saying goes, you are the author of your own meaning. Because the cosmos didn't hand you a rigid script the day you were born, you are entirely free to write your own story. You have the total freedom to experience happy feelings, to dive super deep into your favorite video games, to hang out with friends, and to help others in your community. The fact that there isn't some grand cosmic plan isn't a reason to be sad. It's literally your permission slip to be joyful and creative. Section 5. Questions for self-discovery. To wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a few interactive prompts, what we can call your trails of meaning. Take a moment right now, maybe even pause for a second, and really reflect on these. First, what activities make you completely lose track of time? Is it drawing, coding, talking with a friend, or maybe playing a sport? Second, who is someone younger than you that could really benefit from your advice or just your friendship? And finally, if the universe really is just an empty, beautiful canvas, what is the very first thing you want to paint on it? Your unique answers to these questions aren't just fun trivia, they are the very foundation of your personal purpose. And that brings us to our final thought. Often, when we feel lost, we demand to know, what do I want from life? But Viktor Frankl tells us we need to flip that question completely upside down. We need to stop asking what we want from life and start focusing on this instead. What is life asking from you right now? How can you, with your totally unique talents and your specific perspective, respond to the world today? The universe gave you the ultimate gift of a blank canvas. Now, the brush is in your hand. So what are you going to create?